Hi everyone, hello, it's E. I'm back again with another video. I've not been on here in a bit, but I'm back. Today's topic is influence, that you have a sphere of influence, that everyone has a sphere of influence. So I'm on here to tell everyone, to encourage you to think of think of what you'll say before you say it, think of the way you carry yourself. Yeah, because you can change other people's lives whether you think you can or not. And this analogy that I came up with a while ago is that when you might not think that people see you, you might not think that people acknowledge you, that you can make a difference in other people's lives. But think about this situation. Say you're walking, you walk down the street to your local corner shop to go pick up some bread from Tesco, say Tesco, and somebody's walking past that same street and they see you that day. If you didn't walk down that street, they wouldn't have seen you, and simply walking down that street changes their account of what happened to them or what they saw that day. They can say, oh, if somebody asked them, oh, what did you see today, or what happened to you? As, oh, I was walking down the street near Tesco and I saw this person. And who knows, you might have been wearing a really nice coat, a really nice pair of shoes that they thought was so cool that they actually want to get themselves. And they could have said, oh, that person was actually wearing a really nice coat, or wearing a really nice pair of shoes that I actually think I want to get for myself. And who knows, maybe they might get that coat, those shoes, and one day they might be out and somebody might be like, oh wow, that's a really nice pair of shoes, or that's a really nice coat you're wearing. They can be like, oh wow, thanks. And they might think back to that day that they were walking past Tesco and they saw that person wearing those cool shoes or that really nice coat, and they'll be thinking, oh wow, I'm really glad I saw that person that day. And so in turn, without you even realizing it, you influence that person, and let's be real, change their life even if it's in an insignificant or small way, you still did. And so I want you guys to understand that you can influence others, that other people see you whether you think they do or not, and that some people really might value the things that come out of your mouth. They might value the words that you say. They might see you as a really wise person. Some people might admire you. Some people, you might be a role model in some people's lives. So take what you say, not take what you say, but think about what you say. Like, some people might really value what you say, so think about what you say before you say it. Like, that's people who might really look up to you in your life. The younger people, you could say your siblings. I feel like sometimes, when you have siblings, I don't know, maybe if you fought or stuff like that, you might think like your sibling doesn't admire you, but a lot of the time, really, your sibling admires you, or they look up to you, or they respect something that you do. They do love you, they admire you. So like, don't think that, oh, you guys hate each other or something. You have influence in your family's lives, in your friends' lives, at work, at school, at uni. So yeah, be mindful of the things that you say and the way you carry yourself. It can simply be as the example I gave before, the way you dress. Somebody really might love the way you dress, especially in our fashion world. Some of our social media fashion icons are regular people as well. Like, most of them really are regular people. They're not just models and celebrities. A lot of them are regular people and they set trends. Like, a lot of the pictures on Pinterest are regular people, but people go on there for advice, and they change fashion trends, or they influence another person, even if it's one or two. They influence another person to change the way they dress, or somebody might have admired them and want to follow them. So who knows, you might be a role model in somebody's lives. And so I want to read this Bible verse out. It's Matthew chapter 5:16. It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. And so, this Bible verse is basically saying, like, let your light shine. Like the Bible says, we are the light of the world, a city on a hill, the salt of the earth. And so God calls us to shine, not to be hidden. That we're not supposed to be hidden. We're not supposed to hide our light. And so the Bible, God, Jesus, calls us to shine, calls us to let our light shine in the world that we live in today. And so doesn't that mean that you should, think about the way that you conduct yourself, think about the way that you carry yourself, and acknowledge that people do see you, people do perceive you, people acknowledge the way you live, and that you can change somebody's lives. And I also want you to think of it this way. So say, a lot of people these days are coming out, or they speak about more about how they have had church hurt, because let's be real, church hurt is a thing. And so some people have never actually experienced like the love of God, realistically, the love of God that a Christian is supposed to show, that we're obligated to show. And some people say that they've never, that the Christians they meet have been really horrible and mean to them. And you might be the first Christian or the first person in their life to show them the love of God, to show them the kindness a godly kindness that we are obligated to show them as children of God, as Christians. And so just by you being kind, just by you treating that person with love and compassion, you might change their perspective on Christianity, and that could open their mind to, coming back to the faith, to, starting their own relationship with God. And yeah, like that can be said for so many different concepts. You might be the first person to show somebody that, there isn't just a bad side to something, that there is, there's good and bad people in the world. And so some people will say that they are a part of something, but they may portray that thing, that community, that group, that topic very horribly, because they themselves are a bad person. But by you simply showing kindness, compassion, loving others the way God calls us to, treating others as you treat yourself, and I should hope that you treat yourself well, that they may see a new perspective of that thing that you showed them. Yes, so guys, I just want to encourage you to see yourself as an influencer. You may not be on social media, you may not be a supermodel, you may not be a celebrity, you may not have 100,000 followers on Instagram or YouTube, but you can influence the people in your lives, even if it's a small circle. You are an influencer in your own life. You have a sphere of influence, and don't forget that. And don't sell yourself short. Don't think you're insignificant. Don't think that nobody sees you. Don't think that you can't change anything. That yes, you are an influencer in your own life. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So go out and be influencers. Be mindful of what you do, and that you can change the world, even if it's little by little, even if it's step by step. You can change the world that you live in. Bye.